What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604 and welcome back to Automobilista 2. Many months ago I did a video showcasing the McLaren MP412 Formula 1 car from this same title, which was made famous in the racing world because of the brake steer system, which added a second brake pedal. I love the fact that Reiza took a chance in bringing that car to Automobilista 2 because I believe it was the first time that car had appeared in a racing title with two functional brake pedals. And in the spirit of taking a chance on one-off interesting Formula 1 cars, we now have this, the Brabham BT46B. Unlike the MP412, it doesn't take much more than a quick glance to spot what makes this F1 car different. There's a massive fan at the rear of the car, earning it its not-too-clever nickname, the Fan Car. You might mistake this for a propulsion device, but it's actually fitted to the car to pull air from underneath, thus creating a ground effect to pull the car down toward the track. This was concurrent with the Lotus 79 F1 car, which also utilized ground effect to win races. I really like what Reiza is doing here with AMS2. The cynical sim racer might call this a gimmick, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. So I just want to enjoy it, and it's a piece of automotive history, really cool to have in sim. Let's get this BT46B out on track. So here we are, Brabham BT46B here at Imola 1972. Lots of torque in this thing. 100 km/h speed limit. Nothing like highway speeds with people working in the area. So I've had a lot of practice with this thing. And my initial impressions, I think something to keep in mind for people is that this car, the ground effect will not make you feel like you're in a modern car, even with that fan at the back creating that ground effect and sucking the car to the ground. It's not the same level of aerodynamic stability, let's say, that you might be used to in a modern race car. Not at all, in fact. You can see me kind of fighting understeer early to mid-corner and then oversteer towards the corner exit as I get on throttle again. So in spite of ground effect, you still get those feelings, but here we are, 270 kilometers an hour roughly, and it handled that corner no problem. And I think that's the ground effect at play. You really got to get a lot of speed going before you can really feel that. So in corners like this, it's not really doing much. If you push a bit, you can feel it, but you really have to be pushing the car to truly feel the effect. And we'll feel that, we'll see that actually in practice here at turn 1 of Imola. You can see that speed approaching 295 kilometers an hour. Left-hander, nothing. Despite this being a bumpy track, that ground effect really comes into play. A lot of stability there. But again, don't expect modern race car levels of stability. I think this thing would be pretty amazing at Silverstone now that I think about it. It's got those long right-handers. Sorry, classic Silverstone. Whew. But yeah, expect to have your driving skills tested on corner entry and exit. So I'm probably a couple hours into testing now. And if you want my thoughts on the BT46B, well, overall, very, very good. I really like it. I like it both in concept and in practice. I think it's cool that Reiza is taking some chances here. The MP412 with its second brake pedal to bring that to reality in a sim I thought was pretty amazing. And likewise with this fan car. I like the concept of them taking a risk on a not popular sim car. But also the execution, they did a good job with it. Default setup, I would argue, needs some tweaks. I'm driving a beta version, so perhaps by the time you guys get your hands on this, it'll be better, but really twitchy. And despite it not having modern aero treatments, it does have those wide tires, so I'd expect it to be a little bit more stable. But of course, having not been invited to the Formula One program in the 70s, I have no idea how accurate it is. Boy, that track out could hardly have been worse coming out of that last right-hander. So yeah, I was trying there to say that I have no idea what the real car drove like. But this one seems just a bit twitchy by default. Alright, we'll do one more lap here. Yeah, the sounds of these classic F1 cars in AMS2, not my favorite. Not bad by any means, just not my favorite. But the visuals, awesome. Those of you who have looked down at the dash there in the cockpit may have noticed the wheel is off-center. However, could Reiza let this happen? Well, turns out they didn't just let it happen, they made it happen. This is accurate. The real-world car had an off-center steering wheel. Unbelievably. Gordon Murray just really had a mind that didn't work like the rest of us, or at least not like mine. I can't see the logic in making a steering wheel off-center, but he did, so must be something to it. But yeah, this high-speed cornering here, really remarkable how smooth that is. Cars bouncing around, that ground effect really just coming into play, keeping things stable. Alright, you know what? I'm enjoying myself here. Let's go for one more lap. This is probably where I wreck and go, why did I do one more lap? But we'll see. Love these vintage tracks, by the way. I know I said that in my Lotus 79 video, but I really do love these vintage tracks. Come on, girl, get around there. So I think I've done a decent job tuning out the understeer. A little less tire pressure and a little less roll bar, but that oversteer is just brutal sometimes. Woo. Alright, very, very close to my personal best. See if we can push a little bit here. Find that extra tenth of a second and close out with the personal best. Throttle here. Really leaning on that ground effect, and it may have saved me. Did I? Oh, so close. So close. I mean, yeah, another great car from Reiza. They're doing a great job with these classic F1s. The Lotus 79 before this was excellent. I think this fan car, I mean, you run the risk of it being gimmicky, but it's not. It's actually a really fun car to drive. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.